No feet, no G. Ah, boy. Thank you for joining us for our 44th episode of We When We Rise. We got Fluffy in the chat, TT, Abdullah from TrustLinker. We're happy to have you with us today for updates from all across the Phoenix Initiative. Let's talk about what's happening. There's a lot of stuff. Well, actually, let's talk about what's ending soon first. So the Gleam giveaway only has 2 more days on it. So anyone that is just joining or watching this, it's probably going to be too late at that point. Just letting you know, because I won't actually have this edited till after. So Gleam giveaway, 2 more days for those that are on. And after that, we're going to have to give people some stuff, some Phoenix, some USDT, RYIU, some YTXV, possibly some TRLK. I'm not sure how that all went around, but yeah, that's a Gleam giveaway. Last 2 days. We have the most important update that actually has been in the making. It has been in the making or something, that thing, for quite some time now. It is, get this screen share going, our official launch of GPHX. So this was one of the things that was from the beginning 2 years ago. GPHX being a governance token, the combination of CPHX, Crypto Phoenix from Ethereum, as well as GRT, Golden Ratio token, also on Ethereum. Those two communities combined, GPHX is the new token that they now own. Anyone that had been whitelisted through GRT, anyone that had CPHX until the snapshot was taken, got airdropped GPHX, which is on the Phoenix network.
The GRT whitelisters.
Whitelist, yeah, the GRT whitelisters. So there's a lot of community members should see Governance Phoenix now in their wallet. If you need the contract address, just ask one of us. Check the Telegram. Just do /CA or /GPHX, and it'll give you all the information. It'll give you this website that's running the DAO, the voting, the proposals. There's a chat room that Fluffy's working on that's pretty cool, and that's all on the blockchain. The whole chat room.
You're not going to navigate and show us around?
Oh, I will.
Okay.
But I just want everyone to enjoy the gleam that's happening.
Looks like a middle schooler made it.
Well, look at that. We got 416 votes on the first proposal. Proposal 0. This is Genesis proposal. 0. Should we have quarterly vote proposals to update the node requirement limits? What does that mean? Currently, node holders only needed 5K Phoenix to hold a node, up to 3. You can't do more than 3 as a community member. We just updated that to 10K Phoenix per node. From now on, though, anyone that holds GPHX can vote on the quarterly proposals. If this passes, and it looks like it's passing because 0 people are saying no, from now on, every quarter, GPHX members will vote on whether or not we increase or if we continue down the same path of 10K. Minimum per node. That's a holding that you need to keep in your wallet, otherwise your node does not work. That's still your Phoenix, by the way. We don't ask you to stake it. We don't ask you to put it anywhere. It just sits in your wallet that the node is mining into. More information on that, if anyone's interested, we have a whole Medium article on that. You can ask any of us in chat. Fluffy loves to talk about stuff. Anyway, so what you would do is you would connect. You have to connect your wallet. Some people were having issues with this. This is very simple. Just make sure if you're running it through your inside of your MetaMask wallet, make sure you're connected before you do anything else. You will not be able to vote or do any kind of proposals. I don't think I have GPHX in this wallet, though. I don't. Let me see. So yeah, I'm poor. I have 0 GPHX. But you would, if you have GPHX in your wallet here, you would go there. You would choose how much GPHX. You're basically locking this up during this proposal time. So if it's a 30-day proposal time, your GPHX gets locked into this vote. If there's more than one vote, you have to decide where more GPHX goes, to vote 1 or vote 2 or 3 or 5 or whatever. You choose the one you want. You do how many, 100, 1,200, whatever. You press vote now, and then you'll get confirmations for approval. I don't have anything in this wallet. So yeah. And then once the proposal's done, you unstake it. Failed to approve tokens. Yeah, that's me.
Once it becomes inactive, you can also unstake it as well. If you look below where it says unstake tokens, once proposal is ended, you just type in the proposal that you stake the votes on, and then enter the amount, and then hit unstake, and you get your tokens back so you can vote on other proposals.
Yeah, so again, if there's multiple proposals going on, you will be staking, you will be locking in that GPHX during that time. Most GPHX was airdropped. Only, how many millions went into the liquidity pool? 2?
3 million.
3 million.
And what was it? 6 million was airdropped. We kept 1 million as reserves in order to do whatever future thing we're going to do with it, whether they're more clean giveaways or it goes into it, say a centralized exchange or something like that. Who knows? But at least this way we have a reserve for the future for it.
Yes, so pay attention to our socials if you want to get some airdrops from GPHX that might happen in the future. We're not sure which route, but we have some. But the majority of it has been airdropped to CPHX.
Well, that's part of your problem right there. You're on BNB.
Well, there you go. There's my Phoenix. 140 Phoenix. I still don't think I have GPHX in here, though. So
no, you don't.
No. If you want to pick up some GPHX, you would go to FireSwap. You'd launch the DApp. You can take the short tour, just take a look around, sit a while, have a coffee. Connect. Yes, great job. You look for the... So if I use... 12 Phoenix is 300 GPHX. So if I buy it here, let's go. I don't know why we did go. Let's get it. Plus this chart. This specific GPHX chart is just like...
Yeah, it's weird. I thought for sure after all the airdrops, the price is going to plummet. It never happened.
Yeah, I don't... Maybe after this video, people will know they have GPHX, and if you dump it, that's fine. We'll buy it. I want it.
I want to control the entire market.
Yeah, I want to vote on everything, bro. There we go. So we picked up 290.
That's another possibility too. I may upgrade the contract too in the future. So if you pick say yes, and yes ends up winning on proposal 0, you may get a small amount of GPHX as like a winning reward, and that way then you have a little more to vote with each time that you pick a winning. Mm-hmm.
That incentivizes people to continue to vote instead of forget about the voting because you get more. Correct. Yeah. Very good. Very good. We like. GPHX, yep. This is asking if, since I use 293,
you should
am I allowing 293?
You should have probably left a little room to show them how to use the chat.
Do I need GPHX to use the chat? Oh, no. It's like, wait a second. What did you do?
It's just gas fees.
Token gated chat, you have to waste a GPHX every time. I mean...
The thought had occurred.
Huh.
And that way I could stack my wallet.
Oh my god. Every proposal. Who just put 10,000 GPHX on there? There. Approval successful.
Oh,
bam.
there you go.
Now it's going to say, am I okay doing this? Let's do it. So you need 2 confirmations, people, not 1. 1 just means that you are approving the token, and the vote is a separate thing. There you go. Look at that. 709 yeses.
Now, you can always check if you forget how much you've staked on a proposal. You can always go to Phoenix Explorer and look at the contract directly, type in the proposal ID and your wallet address, and it'll tell you how much you've staked on that proposal. Now, read contract. There you go. Scroll down. Now you'll see right where it says stake by proposal. See where it says address? Just put your address in there. And then proposal 0. So next to it was proposal 0 you voted on. I'll query it. There's the amount that you staked. So in case if you forget, and when you pulled it all out, that balance will zero out too. So however much you pull out, it'll show.
So 18 decimals. 0.05. Okay, here we go. Let's see if the no works. 0.95 to make it a 1. Can we make it a 1? I think we can do it. 22 days left on this proposal. But I think
it started it 8 days ago. Well, they're automatically at 30 days. That's their automatic what they default to, but I can change them. So if it was something we wanted a year to decide or a quarter to decide or a day to decide, I can change that in my admin panel. Let's see. I didn't try this part.
Hey, it rounded up to the one with the yay! Nice. There's the math. The math is all there.
Was it 709 before? I feel like it was. Oh, yeah. Oh, you did. No. Okay.
No is 1 now. With the 0.95 and the 0.1 or 0.05 added, it actually computes it together. So if you're short and then you go pick up more, you can stack it.
Look at that. I don't have to do any extra work.
Just do round numbers to make your life easier. Like, what am I going to do with this 0.49? During your airdrops, when that happens for winning, that might just round up automatically if you keep winning the correct proposals, right? So,
yeah, it keeps trolls too from trying to vote to sabotage anything great we've got going. So that's kind of why I was thinking maybe implement something like that where you get a small airdrop every time a proposal wins and you picked a winning answer.
So I'm going to do this one more time, and then we're going to go into the chat part because there is a whole other section here, which is really cool. I was thinking about putting a tab in Discord for GPHX. I might still do that just for like the DAO to talk there as well. But if we have the chat on chain here, I don't know that you need that. And all you pay is gas, like 0.0001, 3 zeros, I think.
It depends on the length of your message. I mean, obviously, the longer your message, but it's still a small fee.
Whoa! I did not see. There is a lot of staying. No feet, no Jeet. Boy. All right. I think you can't use the same username that you've used on another one, right? It won't let you.
So correct. You could change it directly on Phoenix Explorer, but
Hyperion, let's go.
I didn't see a point in letting people like easily swap it when they can just get another wallet.
So if you are using this function, remember, make sure your wallet's connected first. You have to set your username, and then you can start sending messages. So it looks like it's freaking out when I...
No, it just means your PC doesn't have those emojis on it when it gives you a square symbol.
Yeah. So I'm going to send my message, confirm here. Hey, and there it is.
Yeah, it's not the fastest. So if it's something you need to have a fast, quick conversation with somebody over, like it's a dire emergency, this probably isn't the way to go. But this is forever. This is on the blockchain. It's all handled through a contract.
Okay, so yeah, this is obviously giant, huge news that has happened recently. The release of this platform, it's live. If you are a CPHX member that has been asking for the airdrop, it is now on the Phoenix network. Remember, we did not drop you GPHX on Ethereum side.
Wait, so hit proposals. Okay, now hit the logo. Okay, hit chat room. Hit the logo. Hit the logo. See, you don't have to type in the search bar.
Today I learned. Yeah, so that GPHX is final now. So that the proposals, if I'm not sure what the system will be for giving new proposals, maybe bringing it up in chat in there or contact one of the admins of Phoenix, and then we can put those up for votes to see if those are good proposals or.
No, basically what I told everybody was, if you have a good idea for a proposal, submit it to one of us and we'll discuss it in the team. And if it's a good proposal, we'll put it up and let people vote on it.
Yeah. So, don't send us proposals to rebrand to cats. Doesn't that happen?
Pickles, maybe.
Okay. Other part of what just happened recently. And Abdullah is here to kind of go over everything in more detail, but the TrustLinker platform is live. It's been updated. They've had a version update just recently. They are live on both BSC Network and Phoenix, and both. There's 2 pairs on ZegX. But take it away, Abdullah.
First of all, change to BSC, please.
What?
Change to BSC because so I can show the Phoenix donation.
Switching to the dirty network.
Yeah.
Where CZ is now stuck in the US. Huh?
Yeah. We wanted the you guys want USDT, so that's how it works, sadly, until we get our stables. So click on view details. Yeah. Here you can, anyone can now donate to Phoenix blockchain team to get listed on, they are trying to get listed on a tier 2 or tier 1 centralized exchange. So hopefully your fundraise will help them to achieve this goal. Of course, it is all happening on the blockchain. Everything is registered. You can easily contribute an amount in USDT here, as the Phoenix team is asking to fundraise at 10K USDT. Currently, it is 0 until Hyperion bought his 500 USDT.
What are you talking about, bro?
Yeah.
I was literally logging in to do that right now. How dare you? Ruin my thunder. Son of a... God damn it. Check your DMs, bro.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's got DMs.
He's got DMs for days.
Oh, man. I don't like DMs.
Hey, come on,
anyway,
man. Proposal.
So the good thing about it is TrustLinker team can only have access to cancel the cause. If someone started a cause that is illegal, arms or terrorism or anything, we can cancel these fundraisers. If a lot of people, reported a scam fundraise, we can also cancel it. What will happen if we cancel a fundraise? Let's say a fundraise opened on TrustLinker and there is like 5,000 USDT. Okay, so what will happen to these 5,000 USDT? They will get refunded to the people who put this money. So no money loss. We only control the fundraise cause like this. We cannot access any funds and people will get, they will have their funds safely and on real, causes like Phoenix or any other ones that will come on our end. And for now, it is 100% free until version 2. It will cost like, pennies in TrustLinker. They will have to pay, maybe 100 or 500 TRLK to start a cause. In this way, we will keep the platform running, and we can use this TRLK for several uses, for partnerships, for burning events. We have a lot in our mods. But currently, it is 100% free, no service fees. It's all, it's all for the community. And here it is, the 500 USDT.
You must have
from
been
Hyperion.
what? You must have inspired some random person to give during this holiday season. You are just such a great speaker.
Yeah.
Look what happened.
That's a TED Talk. That's a TED Talk.
TED Talk. So yeah, hey, there it is. We just started. So congrats.
You can share the link from above into the Telegram or Twitter or anywhere, and they will see this page on their end, and they can contribute easily, to Phoenix blockchain cause.
That's pretty cool, Abdullah.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
Where can you get TrustLinker?
You mean the token?
Uh-huh. I heard
it's available on FireSwap.
Nice update.
Yeah. On Phoenix, FireSwap, PancakeSwap on BSC, and also on Zyx, for people who love, centralized exchange.
You ready for me to drop a bomb?
Take it away, buddy.
All right. Okay, here we go. So first, I'm going to share this. So you can see I'm processing the blocks as they're occurring, and it's constantly in an endless loop looking for new blocks because we've finally caught up to the current block that we're at. Can you see? Is it showing? Yep. Okay. I always worry with this computer. All right. Now, this is what we've got right here. Let me share this actually and get rid of that. This is an API database. So this one, for example, the /all shows every single token on Phoenix. It shows ERC 1155s, ERC 721s, ERC 20s. Everything is all compiled here. Whereas, like, say I want to be able to sort it and just look at the 721s, which I'll get to that reason in a moment as why we might want to do that. I can see every ERC 721 here. I can also see a total supply, so I even know how many that contract had. So say NFT roll or NFT roll, I can see that there are a grand total of 2 minted. Excuse me. Same thing, there's one for ERC20 tokens as well, which this would come in handy for, say, our fire stools. So when we're using the search bar, we're not pulling up ERC 721s and ERC 1155s as well. And say, hypothetically, I wanted to add in like a total supply. Well, now I have an API where I can fetch all those balances real easy because all the back end is being done here versus having to do it in my app. Same thing with ERC 1155s. Now, this one's very innovative because ERC 1155s, they are not unique tokens. They do not have a unique token ID like 721s have. If I have token ID 1, that's an ERC 721. Nobody else has one, just me. But with 1155s, there could be an infinite number of any token ID amount. That makes it very difficult to calculate a total supply. That makes it very difficult for marketplaces to gather which ones, like what's the token ID for it. So ERC 1155s tend to be a nightmare for most NFT marketplaces and any apps that want to show off and showcase contracts that are ERC 1155s. Whereas with this one, it took a lot of work, a lot. I mean, I've been working on this off and on for almost a year to get this to go and work. But now with the ERC 1155s, I can see the contract address. I can see the name, the symbol, if it has a symbol. I can see a grand total supply. So this calculates every single token ID that everybody owns. So if, say, somebody owns, like this one, token ID 21, somebody owns one, token ID of 1,000, there's 1,000 minted, so on and so forth. This calculates the grand total supply and puts it here. Which is very innovative. And not only that, it also shows on here, which this one shows the actual owners. So this would be a fetch all. You can choose to use it to fetch all or fetch one. So say I only want to fetch one, the metadata for the NFT. I can see it here. And not only does it show the token ID, it shows the owner of it. It shows the details from the token type, the metadata, the image, whatever the metadata holds. Same thing if it's an ERC 1155. This is the innovative part. It shows the token ID because they can be different. Hypothetically, like if we look here, we can see one of the token IDs is 7 on here, but then you got another one that jumped from 21 straight to 1,000, straight to 50,000. So the token IDs aren't in numerical order with a lot of contracts on ERC 1155s. But with this one, it's able to automatically figure out which token IDs there are. If I put it in a range, I can type in, like, say, 0 to 3 or 0 through 3, and it'll look up every token metadata from 0 through 3. And then I can also see every single owner and how many they have. So, like, I know this guy owns, what's this, token ID 1. I can see he has a quantity of 10. This person has a quantity of 10. This person has a quantity of 10. And then, what is this? Number 3, token ID 3. This person has 25. This person has 25. This person has 10. This is a huge feat if we ever want to work on an NFT marketplace or for third-party developers that decide to integrate Phoenix. This means we did all the back work for them. Everything is quick and easy. Obviously, the larger the token range, though, the longer it takes to show everything. Like, say, if I want to do 1 through 24, this is Tyara. Right, 1 through 24. So this would be my token ID range or whatever one that I picked. Obviously, the larger the range, the more time it takes to compute it. The contract address, so whatever the 1155 or 721 contract address is. We'll hit enter. And by my count, I think it was like a half a second for every single token ID when it's in a range. So this will take about 12 seconds. Yep, there you go. And there's every single token that Tyara has on Phoenix blockchain and who owns it. This will be live here very shortly once I deal with some server issues and some dependencies. And then it'll go live on our new domain, Falcony.
Yeah, so this is pretty huge. I mean, if someone doesn't understand the implications of this, Alchemy and Morales charge tens of thousands of dollars for this stuff. Tens of thousands. We're not.
And they're very limited on chains too. Alchemy doesn't even have most of this stuff.
So,
like, you look up in the ERC 1155, it's not going to tell you owners. They don't have a way to compute it. You'd have to build a database for every single 1155 contract. That's not going to happen.
I mean, any of these newer chains that have fundraisers and fund rounds to launch and whatnot, they spend a crap ton on getting third parties like Alchemy and Morales to do this, because otherwise they can't build this. He's building this. I don't think people understand that he's building. Fluffy is building this. Built. I can't even. And as a side comment, one of the reasons why it's so hard for us to, not us, but for Aura to finalize the integration of Phoenix is because this isn't available for our chain, and we would need an Alchemy or Morales to do this.
Well, that's part of it. The other reason, too, is because they're dependent on using an indexer for bouncing between other NFT marketplaces for a true market price, which we are not on an NFT marketplace.
Well, once you build it, then I don't know if you said yes or no to this, but once you build it, then I think that'll make it easier for them to integrate. I don't know.
I've already built the APIs. Whether or not they decide to implement it or not, that's up to them. I don't know if they want to do the work, because I think they're heavily reliant upon Third Web. Third Web basically will only show contracts that were deployed on Third Web. So I played around a little bit with Third Web's easy NFT marketplace, and it only shows contracts that have been deployed using Third Web. So if they're already pre-existing on Phoenix, they're not going to show. So that being said, it doesn't have like a query all where you can see every contract type and every NFT. Like if I wanted to build an NFT marketplace, I'm going to build it so everybody can see every single NFT we have, whatever's available, even if it was somebody who just wanted to mint one just to learn how to make their own NFT. It'll be visible. It'll be there. People can make a proposal on it, an offer for it, even if it's not for sale. That's up to the owner whether they want to accept it or not. So, but the thing is, like, everybody will be able to use it and everything will show, which you can't even do that on OpenSea. I think OpenSea, you actually have to submit, like you have to set everything up where it shows all of your NFTs and yada, yada, yada. It's a pain in the butt to go through.
Yeah, it's their way of gatekeeping.
Yeah, we're not doing gatekeeping. We'll just I'll probably do some kind of introductory offer. So it's basically like free trades for X amount of time, and then like maybe a small 2% or whatever. I don't know, whatever the standard is, just a hair below that for trading. So that way then everything's free for everybody except for if you're making a buy or sell, it takes a small fee, but it'll be free for a while. So that way everybody can give me feedback. Yep. So anyways, big things are in the works. As soon as I get this up on the server, these APIs will go live, and I may even work on a front end for it one day, but for now, I think having APIs live it makes it usable for anybody. Yeah, basically that's kind of it. You just include the API key, it handles all the back work for you. I think on the user interface side, it allows you to actually see the image of the metadata. So kind of like our NFT Player Pro already does. But with these new APIs, not only is it going to allow me to say, or anybody to build an NFT marketplace, but it'll also allow us to upgrade a lot of things, because I think the NFT Player Pro right now uses a different method for fetching the NFT token metadata. It's using our Explorer APIs, and those APIs aren't always up to date. They don't ever update. So basically, once you launch a contract and a token, that API stays like that regardless. So if say you have a NFT that mutates or evolves, like say a Pokemon type NFT, and you decide to evolve it into say like a Charduck, yeah, it's not going to show you the new token metadata. It's going to show you the one that was first deployed. But using my APIs, it always shows you the most up to date. So you can evolve it as much as you want, and the image will always change. The stats for it will always change. Whatever the actual metadata for it is will consistently evolve and change with it. It's always current, which is fantastic. Not only that, same with, I think on Firestools, right? Firestools.com. If we go to here, say I want to type in a token, what's a price ducks? Okay, so price ducks is a...
Look at that graph.
Yeah. I guess NFTs aren't currently showing up in here. But anyways, it was an example where, say here, I only wanted to see ERC20 tokens because there's no reason why I'd want to see an NFT price on here. This is strictly for ERC20 tokens. So using my ERC20 API, this fetches every single ERC20 and keeps it separate from the 1155s and the 721s. Same thing if I wanted an NFT marketplace that only supports 1155s or only supports 721s. I could build one that only supports that. You'll never even know that there's an ERC 1155 out there. So that's kind of some of the perks is having separate APIs where all the work's done on the back end. Everything's cataloged through a database, and it's constantly running. It makes life really easy for third-party developers because all the work's done for them.
Yeah, and as you said, it'll be free for some time, but eventually it'll cost probably Phoenix or a bridged version of a stable, maybe?
Well, if this ends up getting a lot of use out of it to the point where I have to upgrade to a larger server, I'm not going to eat the costs of a larger server because more people are using it to process all the back-end work for them. Obviously, I'll have to devise a way to either charge X amount of, just like Morales and Alchemy does. So you get free up to X amount, and then if you want more usage, you're going to have to pick one of their plans. So essentially, I would end up doing something like that where you get an API key, and that way it can track how much usage you're using. And if you're somebody like OpenSea, where you're using the crap out of somebody's API keys, then yeah, you're going to end up paying because they have to upgrade for server costs, have it unthrottled with higher bandwidth, et cetera, et cetera. So, but that's a long ways away. I mean, what are we currently still fractional microcap chain?
Yeah, we're sub 500K, which is really crazy with everything that is built in the background and everything that you're working on. It doesn't make any sense because none of these other multi-million-dollar chains have any idea about what you're building. None of them.
Well, most of them don't. Like Vitalik Buterin didn't go around and develop everything. I mean, he launched a chain. That's it. I mean, I've built the entire framework for whatever we need.
Understanding the nitty-gritty of the back end is pretty wild. Not just chain, but also everything that revolves around it that normally a third party would have to get involved with.
Oh, yeah. Because even, say, Aura, for example, they're using Third Web. Third Web's building out the databases themselves, so there's a lot of costs associated with the back-end side. But this makes work easy for third-party developers to go and build something like a marketplace without having to do all the back-end work themselves and rely on lots of servers to handle databases. We've already done all that legwork for them.
That is why, with all of this that's being developed, we are looking at a bigger exchange. We have been in contact with bigger exchanges, but they ask for people's salary worth of listing fees.
Years worth of salary is worth.
Just yeah.
Ridiculous amounts.
I think someone quoted me 70,000 for like a number 30 exchange, like. And now you know why there's pre-sales and people buy. Like, I don't know if people are following what happened with Hex recently. Richard Hart is now served by the SEC because of his fundraisers, the way that he structured them, and his pumping of his coins, saying this is the future, 100,000% invest. Not working on technology, not working on what the point of the blockchain is, but you gotta buy. BitConnect. That's not us. We are a portal for developers. We're a cheap chain to transact on, cheap gas fee, relatively fast blockchain.
That's really the only thing that's preventing us from competing with Ethereum and BSC right now. It's third-party developers. We've done all the back work for them. So now work is relatively easy. The only thing that would prevent a third-party developer is our market cap. So the more people that know about us, the more people that decide to hop in and start using Phoenix, like, we're going to skyrocket overnight if that ever happens. When, whatever. I like to always be pessimistic. So
once you finish building out, well, you've already basically finished building it out, but does that somehow affect NFT Player Pro?
Well, it allows me to upgrade NFT Player Pro massively. So, like, currently, PHX, I don't know the way it was deployed, but I had to kind of play around with that to get that to actually show up on NFT Player Pro. Same thing with the 2 Mutant NFT that I have made, where I can change them to any kind of NFT at any time. The one that you and I hold, that one specifically, or say hot list, if I want to be able to change the songs, instead of getting stuck on the same 10 songs all the time. Now, because of the API library, I get the newest, freshest metadata all the time. So, say theoretically I came out with a NFT that is a song that changes every single week or every single month or every single day. That one NFT, now I can listen to a different song each time it comes out. Whereas currently, because it fetches its metadata from our APIs from Phoenix Explorer, it'll just show the one song forever, even if it's a different song. So instead of retrieving old metadata, it constantly retrieves the new metadata. It means basically I can upgrade anything and everything, so it's always current.
Cool.
The downside with that is sometimes there's IPFSs that people will stop paying, or Pinata decides to unpin, meaning you may be holding an NFT that actually doesn't have anything on it anymore because Pinata or whatever hosting service decided, it's not worth us keeping, which I've experienced a couple times because I thought I had an NFT and then I realized Pinata just decided to remove my file. So that's kind of the downside of having current data, is you may think you have something, but in actuality, you really probably don't. You may have an NFT that you think is an egg, and all of a sudden now it hatches into a chicken. But on NFT Player Pro right now, currently, you would only see an egg. But if it hatched into a chicken, you wouldn't know. But with the new APIs, you'll now be able to see the metadata. So if it's a chicken now, you'd see it. So that it's kind of paving the way for the hot list that I plan on deploying, where every month new artists can, gift away their songs and have it be heard by tons of people. It's great for people like, what was that NFT? Lit Llama. Yeah. For artists like that want a huge viewing audience. I mean, it's a great way for exposure. Same thing too, if somebody wanted to make like an NFT card game or a Pokemon type game or whatever, where your NFT can evolve. That may be something to hear shortly. I may open source the contract where it's real easy to change the token metadata to it. So that way then NFT Player Pro or whatever game you're using, you could actually implement your API. So say I decide I'm going to go take this card and evolve it into something else, into a Black Lotus or whatever. It would actually evolve in the game if it's using the API versus the API that the Explorer allows for everybody to see. So that way, as the game's progressing, your actual character can progress too. Same thing if if you decided to build like a Diablo type game where your stats increase. If you're using the Phoenix Explorer APIs, your stats are going to remain the same. That means a lot of legwork and back-end work for developers, for game developers, to essentially catalog every single player's stats as it's increasing and show it through that, versus having the API already pulling it for you from the RPC and making a lot less work, making it really easy for game development and NFT development too. So when I say like the implications of this are massive, I don't think people understand how massive it is, because now we could actually develop games that nobody else has on any other chain. And it makes it super easy on game developers. So instead of trying to make Web3 work with a game and having a halfway playable game, now you could actually focus on having a really good game and letting the APIs do all the back-end work for you, and then just using it on Web3. So it makes it really easy for them. And they can have a lot more time to focus on what's important, because that's kind of the thing too with Web3 games. Web3 games kind of suck because they're too busy trying to make NFTs work on a game instead of making the NFTs work with the game. But if all the data is already being handled for them, it makes it really easy to integrate Web3 into any game, period. Now it could just be a matter of auto-saving, automatically updating your token metadata. Like say if I have an ERC 1155 NFT that is my character, we'll take Heroes Battle Arena, give them a shout out. Say I've got a character that I want to build its stats if it was more Diablo style game, and it had an autosave feature where as I progressed and leveled up through the game, my stats increased, but every time I leveled up or made a change to my character, it would update my token metadata. And as that token metadata gets updated, it's automatically saved on the chain, and the API fetches it and allows your character to constantly be saved with those new stats. Currently, in order to do that on a game, it's a nightmare and requires tons of servers. Now, you really don't. You just need a game server. Now it's all about the game. So yeah, there's a lot more implication than just like an NFT Player Pro upgrade or NFT marketplace that has features that no other place has. It's got huge features to attract game developers, to attract pretty much anybody and everybody. That's why I've been focusing for a year on working on the 1155 APIs, something that was supposed to be a next to impossible feat. I managed to finally do.
So with that, you most likely will see something about this very soon.
Yep, maybe. Who knows?
Mayhaps. Perchance.
Mayhaps. Maybe it'll be up for a proposal.
Oh.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. I should just make that a proposal. Not even discuss it with you guys, just make it a proposal. Should I work on this next?
Can you make it to like a 60-hour proposal? So it's not.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I can set it to whatever time frame I want. I can set it for a million years if I want. I set it up in an admin panel that only specifically pops up when I specifically log in with my wallet. That allows me to change things like change the time of the proposal or when a proposal's ended for me to send it to the inactive list where people can actually stake their tokens. So that part's still a manual process. This way I don't have to worry about anybody trying to manipulate or look for loopholes in the contract where they can manipulate and try to break the good things we got going. If that makes sense.
Bad manipulators, bad actors.
Well, security is always a huge concern of mine, so I always go with the most secure route. Abdullah knows we're making Arch8. Yeah. Archata. That's always something I'm always stressing about. It's like, well, what about this? What about this? What about this? I want to make sure we're never exposed to attacks. Because attacks mean it's costing people money. And it's one thing if it's my money, it's another thing when it's other people's money involved.
Yep.
And I'm pretty thorough.
Brought to you by Red Bull.
Red Bull gives you wings. I just haven't got them yet.
And security. Thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you again next time for episode 45 of our broadcast. Wishing every member of the family a fantastic week and happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Yeah. We'll see you in chat. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Chinese New Year. The other thing. So. Mazel tov. Damn it. I did that one.
Happy holidays, I think, covers everything.